Taurus is the moment when life slows down. It stretches. It takes shape. After the primordial impulse of Aries, the spark that breaks through the darkness, comes the time of the earth. The earth that receives, that holds, that gives body to things. It is the season when spring is no longer an idea, but a full presence. The flowers are no longer blooming. They are already open. The fields are no longer promising. They are growing. The light is no longer sharp or raw. It is soft, enveloping, almost maternal. Everything that was impulse becomes substance. Everything that was desire becomes form. And in this silent, steady transformation lives the essence of Taurus. Taurus belongs to the element of earth. Not the hard or barren earth, but fertile soil. The soil that nourishes, that protects the seeds, that turns time into growth. It is a fixed sign. But this steadiness is not rigidity. It is root. It is continuity. It is the ability to maintain, to protect, to build. Taurus does not need to rush to arrive. It advances. It does not need to burn to exist. It warms. It does not need to conquer to possess. It cultivates. Its strength is not loud. It is the strength felt in foundations, in things that last, in gestures repeated so often. They become sacred. Its energy follows a natural rhythm, a slow step that never stops, a patience that knows how to wait for the right moment. Taurus is the guardian of stability, the one who turns instinct into form, desire into matter, idea into reality. It reminds us that everything truly valuable requires time, care, dedication. That beauty is not only light, but substance. That strength is not only impulse, but continuity. That life does not grow in sudden bursts, but through a deep, steady breath. The symbol of Taurus has ancient roots. Long before it was a zodiac sign, the bull was a universal archetype. We see it in the cave paintings of Lascaux, imposing and sacred. We find it in Mesopotamian cults, as an embodiment of vital force and creative power. We see it in Egyptian ceremonies, as a symbol of abundance and protection. Everywhere, the bull represented nature's strength, the power to generate, the protection of the tribe, the cycle of the seasons. It was a bridge between the human and the divine, between earth and sky. This collective memory remains imprinted in the astrological archetype of Taurus. When we speak of Taurus, we speak of calm strength, of stability that does not waver, of presence that supports, someone who is not carried away by the wind, who does not lose themselves in sudden change, who builds slowly, but builds well. Mythology also carries its mark. One of the most famous stories is that of Europa, carried away by Zeus transformed into a white bull. In that image lives the magnetic beauty of Taurus, its quiet strength, its ability to attract without violence. This is not a wild beast. It is majestic, radiant, almost divine. It is strength that guides, not destroys. But Taurus also has a more complex side. The Minotaur, half man, half bull, hidden in the labyrinth. Here the symbol grows darker. The labyrinth is matter. The body, deep desires that can imprison. Taurus carries the challenge of attachment, of possession, of difficulty in letting go. It can hold on too tightly, fear loss, close itself to feel safe. Yet within this challenge lies its evolution. To learn what truly nourishes, and what merely weighs down. To distinguish value from captivity. In ancient Egypt, the sacred bull Apis symbolized fertility and abundance, and the goddess Athena, with her bovine horns, embodied joy, music, sensuality, maternal protection. Here Taurus becomes harmony, beauty, gentle divinity. It is the part of the sign that creates welcoming spaces, that nurtures and allows itself to be nurtured, that turns daily life into a small temple. Taurus is ruled by Venus, not the airy Venus of abstraction, but the earthly Venus, concrete, sensual, drawn to what can be touched, smelled, tasted. For Taurus, value is not abstract. It is something that lasts, a bond that endures, work that builds, a body that feels, a home that protects. Taurus does not waste. It preserves. It does not show off. It accumulates patiently. It does not chase the superfluous. It seeks what is true, solid, reliable. The season of Taurus is the most stable phase of spring. Nature is no longer exploding. It is maturing. Flowers are open. Fields are full. Animals graze peacefully. It is a time of quiet abundance, of silent growth. Taurus knows that what grows slowly lasts longer. That haste is the enemy of quality. That stability is not immobility, but a deep and continuous movement. Every sign has its shadow. For Taurus, it is attachment to things, to people, to habits. The fear of losing what it loves can become rigidity, stubbornness, closure. But when Taurus moves beyond this threshold, it becomes one of the strongest and most reliable signs of the zodiac. Its mission is to transform possession into presence, matter into art, stability into harmony. Taurus is the builder, the guardian, the one who protects what grows, who shapes desire, who turns time into value. Taurus does not run toward the future. It prepares it. It does not fear silence. It inhabits it. It does not seek glory. It seeks fullness. And in its slow and steady step, Taurus reminds us that life is not only momentum, but roots, not only light, but form, not only impulse, but continuity, and that everything that wishes to endure needs a soil that welcomes it, supports it, and loves it. If Taurus is the earth taking shape, then it is also the sign that makes beauty visible. Not fragile beauty, not fleeting beauty, but beauty you can touch, listen to, live inside. Ruled by Venus, Taurus guards the meaning of pleasure. Not superficial pleasure, not a passing whim. Pleasure that roots you, pleasure that nourishes, pleasure that creates stability. For Taurus, beauty is not decoration. It is value, something that remains, something that builds. To understand this archetype, we can look at three very different figures, connected by an invisible thread. The ability to transform matter, the body, the voice, the word, into something that lasts. Let us think of William Shakespeare. In him we see a Taurus who does not chase fame, but builds a world. His works are not sudden flashes. They are architectures, solid constructions, rooted in human nature. Taurus has a deep bond with matter. And in Shakespeare's hands, language becomes living substance. Not abstract thought, but flesh. Desire, jealousy, love, ambition. His characters are not vague shadows. They are concrete, complex, full. They love intensely. They hate fiercely. They desire deeply. Taurus knows the power of desire, but also the weight of attachment. In Shakespeare's dramas, we often find this tension. Love turning into possession, passion becoming obsession, security transforming into fear of loss. Shakespeare embodies the Taurean ability to observe human nature without haste, to dig into it, to shape it, to make it timeless. The patience of the craftsman, the constancy of the builder, the earth that turns time into creation. If Taurus rules the throat, then the voice is one of its most powerful instruments. And here we think of Adele. Her voice is not light. It is full, dense, rooted in the body. When she sings, she does not seem to seek effect. She seeks truth. And for Taurus, truth passes through the senses. Taurus feels deeply, loves deeply, suffers deeply. In Adele's voice, there is that earthly quality. It does not drift away. It remains. There is something profoundly Taurean in the way she sings about love, the nostalgia, the attachment, the difficulty of letting go. Taurus loves with the whole self, and when it loses, it feels the loss as part of its own body. The throat is Taurus' energetic center, the place where emotion becomes sound, where feeling becomes vibration. It is no coincidence that many great singers carry strong Taurean energy, because Taurus understands resonance. It knows that the voice is not only technique, it is presence. When Adele sings, she does not simply perform, she inhabits, and that is deeply Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is not only romantic love, it is harmony, proportion, sensuality, magnetism. Uma Thurman embodies a beauty that does not ask for attention, it draws it. Taurus does not need to chase. It has a magnetic presence. There is something profoundly Taurean in a beauty that is not fragile but solid, in sensuality that is not exhibition, but natural. Taurus understands the value of the body, not as an object, but as a temple. Its sensuality is slow, conscious, grounded. The pleasure of touch, of scent, of taste, of contact. In Uma Thurman's presence, we see this Venusian quality that is not ethereal. It is tangible, a gaze that lingers, a presence that fills the space. Taurus does not shout. Taurus occupies. For Taurus, beauty is not a luxury. It is a necessity, a well-kept home, soft fabric, food prepared with love, music that vibrates in the chest. Taurus knows that life passes through the senses, and when the senses are nourished, the soul finds calm. There is a deeply earthly spirituality in Taurus. It does not seek abstraction. It finds the sacred in matter. A well-set table can become an altar. A song can become a prayer. A gesture repeated every day can become ritual. Taurus is the sign that transforms daily life into stable beauty. If Aries loves like a wildfire, Taurus loves like embers. constant, warm, enduring. It does not need to prove. It needs to feel. Taurean love is made of presence, loyalty, building over time. But because it loves so deeply, it can fear loss. It can become jealous. It can hold on too tightly. Here the Minotaur returns. When love becomes possession, the labyrinth closes. The true evolution of Taurus is to transform mine into ours, fear into trust, attachment into conscious choice. When Taurus loves in an evolved way, it becomes one of the most reliable partners of the zodiac. Stable, loyal, protective, capable of building a life. Taurus rules the throat. And the throat is not only voice. It is nourishment. The relationship with food, with taste, with sensory pleasure, is central. Not excess, but quality. Taurus does not want more. It wants good. Not chaotic abundance, but substance. There is wisdom in this. Taurus reminds us that pleasure is not sin. It is grounding. Eating slowly, savoring, listening to music attentively, touching fabric, feeling the sun on the skin. This is the spirituality of Taurus. Shakespeare builds words that endure. Adele sings emotions that endure. Uma Thurman embodies a beauty that endures. Taurus is the sign that endures. In a world that runs, Taurus teaches us to pause. In a time that consumes, Taurus builds. In a culture that burns everything quickly, Taurus preserves what has value. It is the guardian of tangible beauty, of stable love, of the voice that vibrates in the flesh, of matter becoming art. And perhaps its greatest teaching is this: not everything must be fast to be intense. Not everything must be loud to be strong. Not everything must be new to be alive. Sometimes, what truly matters is what lasts. And Taurus, with its slow and steady step, continues to remind us